أعزائي المشاهدين، مرحبا بكم في حلقة جديدة مع العائلة والمجتمع. طبعا متعودين أنه كل حلقة نقدم لكم حلقة جديدة عن مواضيع مهمة تخصكم وتخص المجتمع في سان دييغو أو في جميع أنحاء أمريكا. بس احنا هسه طبعا موضوعنا راح يكون دائما يكون عن سان دييغو. المجتمع مالتنا اللي يعيش هنا يستفاد من هالمعلومات اللي راح نعطيها لكم. حلقتنا اليوم راح طبعا تختص في موضوع جدا خطير اللي هو عبارة عن سرقة الهوية أو سرقة هويتنا، أو عن تقنص، يعني شخص معين يتقنص هويتكم أو يسرق الهوية مالتكم ويأخذها ويبدي طبعا يعتبر نفسه كأنه هو الشخص اللي أنت سارق الهوية من عندك. فهذه الحلقة هي كلش ضرورية ومهمة لأسباب عديدة، لأنه سمعنا هواية كان أكو قضايا وحالات نشوف أنه قضايا يعني السوشيال سيكوريتي مالتهم ضيعوه، أو يعني شخص تقنصه أخذه من عندهم استخدمه أنه يشتغلون به، أو أشياء أخرى ممكن أنه أخذوها من عندهم. فنحاول أو مثلا حساب البنك سيطروا عليه. فشقد ما بينا نحاول ننتبه اليوم، معلوماتنا كلش مهمة، وخاصة راح يكون ويا شخص كلش مهم اللي هو نائب المحامي لولاية سان دييغو ريان كاركني. راح نحاول انه نشوف من هو وشنو هي الدائره مالته وش دا يقدم وشلون نقدر نستفيد هاليوم من حلقه اليوم ينطينا المعلومات الكافيه. Welcome, Mr. Karkeni. How are you today?
Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm doing okay.
Good job. So a little bit about yourself and also about your department. How can you help us today introducing your departments to the viewer for today?
Sure. And I'm not sure if of the full introduction, but I am a Deputy District Attorney with the County of San Diego District Attorney's Office. And I'm currently assigned to what's known as the CATCH team. So that's Computer and Technology Crimes.
Thank you so much. That's good. How long have you been there
in
this department?
In this department, I've been in this department for over a year now. And in total, I've been with the District Attorney's Office for around 12 years.
Very good. Thank you so much. طبعا الأستاذ ريان هو محامي، ومع ذلك هو يشتغل همنا في ولاية، يعني نائب لمحامي الولاية لسان دييغو. فيقول أنا دا أشتغل بهالمكتب اللي هو المكتب السرقات الهوية، سرقة الهوية، تقريبا سنة، بس دا يشتغل يعني عموما يشتغل بهالمكتب تقريبا 12 سنة. طبعا الأهم شيء إنه إحنا نريد نشوف الديبارتمنت مالته شنو يسوون وشلون يقدرون يفيدونا طبعا. So we're going to start, asking you, all this information that you would provide us, and then we'll see how we can work together to provide the information to people. What is the steps that you are taking to secure our digital, accounts? Everyone right now with the internet, with the phone, everybody's using the phone. So what is these steps? How can we take the right step using our phones and our digital accounts?
That's a great question and a great point.
Right.
Nowadays, almost all parts of our lives are connected somehow to the internet or digitally, right?
Right, yes. Mm-hmm.
And if you need me to stop to translate, please just let me know.
Sure, that's no problem.
But there's several things you can do to safeguard yourselves. The first thing I always like to point out is for our home networks, like Wi-Fi networks, you want to make sure they're password protected. And it may seem basic, but you want to make sure that someone can't just log on to your Wi-Fi connection without first having to enter a password. And what we're generally looking for is the WPA2 security when you're able to choose which one, because that's more secure than the WEP security.
So with the WPA2, that's meaning when they buy the internet, the company, they come and they install, and they use the basic, the code, and then sometimes the code stays the same.
Right. You're going to want to change that.
Change it. Okay.
If you can get in there and change it, you want a unique password.
Correct.
Something that only you know, and you're not sharing it with anyone you don't want on your network.
Excellent.
Right?
That's a very good step. So we're going to translate that step, and then we go into the next one. So السؤال كان ما هي الخطوات التي يمكن احنا ناخذها طبعا كمستخدمين للإنترنت، مستخدمين للتليفونات، مستخدمين كل الجهات شو اسمه الإلكترونية، كل الأجهزة الإلكترونية. فالسؤال قال شلون احنا ممكن التأمينات اللي نتخذها حتى طبعا نحافظ على سريتنا. فأهم شيء دا يقول إنه من أنتم تشترون الإنترنت لازم تروحون خاصة الواي فاي بالبيت. دائما كل بيت عنده واي فاي. من تشتروه، من تجي الشركة وتنصبه لكم راح يكون تشوفون الباسورد مالتكم بسيطة. فجأة بالإنترنت شيء يسألك يقول لك حط لي باسورد، يعني الرقم السري. فالرقم السري خلي يكون أنت مالتك، وخلي يكون بسيط حتى تذكره أو تكتبه بمكان، بس حتى لا حد يستخدمه هذا. تمام؟ أكيد تبتعدون عن الأرقام البسيطة وتحاولون تحطون رقم سري زين. Good job. So that's one of them. What's another one?
So let's stay on the Wi-Fi topic,
Wi-Fi, sure.
And let's talk about public Wi-Fi. So when you go out nowadays, Starbucks, McDonald's, almost every place you go out in public will have free Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Well, that's known as unsecured Wi-Fi because you're not entering a password to get onto it. So my recommendation to keep your information secure is avoid public Wi-Fi if you can. If you need to use it, go ahead, but you want to avoid using it for things that are very sensitive. So banking, if you're doing anything with your social security, you want to not use that on public Wi-Fi if you can avoid it. If you absolutely have to do something like that on public Wi-Fi, you want to use a VPN or a virtual private network, which will secure your data as it goes over those airwaves.
So the students, when they go, for example, when they go to Starbucks, and we see a lot of them, they sit and, of course, they start studying or going online. Sometimes when I'm, at Starbucks, I see them studying, but then I see another, page, and it's like they're playing game or, going on, checking some other stuff, like checking their emails. Those are an example that we should use. Use it only for schooling, for example, or...
Sure, definitely. And it's basically any time that if you're not entering sensitive data on it,
like
then
bank accounts
or social security passwords. Those are the things you want to avoid doing on what we call the open internet, where it's not a secured network that you have to, like at your house, enter a Wi-Fi password to get on.
So it's better to do this stuff at home instead of going out and start working on it.
Definitely. Yes.
فنحكي احنا بدنا نبقى نحكي على الواي فاي. الواي فاي طبعا هو اللي هو الانترنت مثل ما تعرفون، او الاتصال الالكتروني. الواي فاي ايش قد ما نحاول، خلينا نفرض انه احنا برا وردنا نستخدم الواي فاي مالتنا، فاكيد خلي نكون حريصين. ليش؟ لانه مثلا اذا رحنا لستاربكس او رحنا باي مكان الاخر ويقول لك فري واي فاي، يعني الانترنت اللي ببلاش، او هاي الاماكن اللي بيها مثل الانترنت كافيتيريا وما اعرف ايش، هذه لا تروحون وتدخلون بالواي فاي مالتكم وتحطون معلومات سريه مالتكم، مثلا حساب البنك، معلومات اخرى تكون ضروريه. حاولوا تنتبهون، لا تخلوها وانتم قاعدين هناك. ليش؟ لانه ممكن اللي يمك قاعد ياخذ هالمعلومات من عندك وانت ما تحرص. طبعا هو يدخل راسا وممكن يدخل عليك وتاخذ معلوماتك. سو ايش قد ما بينا نكون حذرين انه نروح للاماكن العامه. ممكن ندخل للجهه الرسميه مثلا اذا نريد ندرس او مكان او نشوف مثلا الايميلات مالتنا، بس ايش قد ما بيكم المعلومات السريه مالتكم، شهاده الميلاد مالتكم، حساب البنك مالتكم، السوشيال سكيورتي مالتكم، ايش قد ما بيكم حافظوا عليها، لا تستعملوها اذا انتم خارج البيت، ايش قد ما بيكم. So we have in our clinic we have students that we help to create an account and also to fill up their FAFSA application. And FAFSA has a lot of information, as you know. So, for us, because they are using it in our clinic, it's safe.
Right.
Because we know nobody is in the clinic that they can use it, But if they want to fill up the FAFSA outside, is it secure to go Starbucks and fill up FAFSA? information.
You're going to want to try to avoid that if you can. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, if you absolutely have to send such personal information, and the FAFSA definitely requires a lot of personal information, social security numbers, you know, mother's maiden names, father's maiden names, birth dates, you know, all that is very, is the type of information that someone could use to take over your identity. You do want to try to use one of those virtual private networks or a VPN. And there's services that you can go out and get to do.
And then of course you will explain to us what is VPN and all that. So فقلت له انه احنا بعض الاحيان يعني احنا بالاوفيس مالتنا اكيد نحاول نساعد الناس فنساعدهم حتى نملي اوراق الفافسا. الفافسا اللي هو عبارة عن القرض من الحكومة حتى تكملة الدراسة مالتهم. فيمنا طبعا اكيد تكون يعني معلومات يعني هوايه بها سكيورتي ماكو بها اي تلاعب فممكن تسووها بس اذا تطلعون بمكان عام خلينا نفرض ان انتم قاعدين باللايبراري او قاعدين باماكن اخرى او بستاربكس او اماكن اخرى اذا تترسوها راح يصير عندكم مشكله ايش قد ما بيكم حاولوا انه تتحاشوها فيقول اذا راحوا ويردون يسووها بهيك اماكن لازم تسوون الفي بي اي الفي بي ان فراح نسال شنو معنى كلمه الفي بي ان او اللي يسموها الشبكه الخاصه الافتراضيه شنو هي هالشبكه هذه شلون نقدر نستخدمها وشلون نقدر نسويها so what is VPN and how can we use it?
Sure. And to keep it as simple as possible, so VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. And what it's basically doing is it's a type of technology, and it's available for purchase, or you can actually get the service for free as well. What it's doing is it's encrypting, or what I like to break it down to its simplest form, it's scrambling up your data before it sends it off into the internet, so that if someone tries to intercept it, they're not going to be able to see your data. So basically it is scrambling up your data before it leaves your device, and that way someone can't eavesdrop and pick that information out without it before it gets to where it's supposed to be going.
Very good. Thank you so much for the explanation. So سألنا شنو معنى الفي بي ان طبعا اذا تروحون على التليفون مالتكم وتقولون وين الفي بي ان خاصه التليفونات الجديده الايفون وغيرها الفي بي ان هي راح تكون موجوده من تروحون على شو اسمه السنتر مالتكم وسيتنج مالتكم وتشوفوها بالسيتنج راح تلقون الفي بي ان الفي بي ان هي عباره عن نسميها الشبكه الخاصه الافتراضيه هاي الشبكه ما تنزل معلومات كما انت تحطها بينما تخربطها كلها هالشبكه هذه وتدزها للمعلومات ليش حتى اللي دا يريد يبوق اي معلومه ما راح يقدر يبوقها لانه تكون مخربطه زين الفي بي ان شلون تقدرون تحصلون انتم مو كل واحد يروح يلعب بيها ويفتحها ديروا بالكم لانه اولا يا اما تشتروها مشترى مثلا تخابرون الانترنت مالتكم الشركه اللي تدزلكم الاتصال وتقولوا لهم تسالوهم مثلا بش قد تشرجونا اذا نشتري منكم الفي بي ان او اكو يقول مثلا بلاش ممكن تاخذوها بس اغلبيه البلاش تيروا انتبهوا من عندها لانه ممكن تكون مو صالحه او ممكن يعني تخرب تليفوناتكم. I heard some of the VPNs they are as cheap as as $7 a month.
That's true. Some of them are that cheap. Some of them are even cheaper. And in fact, if you're on an iPhone and you go to the App Store, some of them are even free. But you do want to make sure that you're using a reputable VPN. So you're going to want to look at the reviews from the users and things of that nature. And you can always, take that extra click to see who's actually making this VPN or this service. So if it's something where you have to use that or use an open Wi-Fi in public, using the VPN is going to be important. And like I said, some of them are even free. So really there's no excuse if you're doing banking or something and you have to use a Starbucks internet, you want to use that VPN.
الفي بي ان شو ما قلنا هي كلش ضروريه ليش؟ لانه خاصه طبعا ضروريه بس للاشخاص اللي يستخدمون الارقام مال البنك او الاشغال او الاعمال يستفادوا منها بالاعمال او مثلا يستخدمون انه يسوون تشارج هوايه على الناس، مثلا يشتغلون بشركات الاوبر وهالسوالف. فايش قد ما بيكم حاولوا تكونون حذرين من استخدامه، بس تقدرون تدورون على الفي بي ان، تروحون وتدورون تشوفون من هي احسن شركه، منين جايه هاي الشركه. اكو قسم منها مثل ما قلنا ببلاش، بس لازم تكون خاصه بالتليفون مالتكم، فافضل انه تخابرون الشركه مالتكم وتشوفون منين جايه وشلون جايه. فطبعا اكيد هي مو صالحه للجميع، بس الناس اللي يتعاملون انه يردون يشوفون الحساب مالتهم دائما، هاي اكيد راح تفيدهم وضروريه لهم. Thank you so much. That's a very good information. What else we have?
As far as securing our digital accounts, I like to try to keep it simple as well. So even though we're talking about the digital realm, one of the things that I like to still advise is every home should have a paper shredder, right?
Yep.
And a cross-cut shredder if you can, because there are people that are going through trash all the time trying to get your information out of that as well, right? Social security numbers, credit card numbers. Think about all the things that come in through mail that we might just throw away. Before putting it in the garbage can or the recycling bin, we should be shredding these documents with this important information. So sometimes the simplest answer, is something we need to think about doing.
Absolutely. And sometimes the shredders, the prices, they went so down.
Right, extremely affordable nowadays.
Very affordable, especially a certain time of the year. It's very, very affordable. So بعض الأشياء الأخرى حتى نحافظ على هويتنا، حتى طبعا لا نشارك بها مع الآخرين، يقول أبسط شيء إنه ممكن تشترون هذا التقطيع، وتقطيع الورق اللي هي عبارة عن ماكينة، وتحطون الورقة بها وتقطعها إلى قطع صغيرة، يسموها الشريدر. يعني شنو يعني تقطيع؟ مثل ما نسوي تقطيع مال الخس، شريدر مال الخس، نفس الشيء. هذه ضرورية. ليش؟ يعني بعض الأحيان أنا ملاحظة هواية ناس من يذبون البريد حتى ما يقطعوها إلى قطع صغيرة، ياخذوها رأسا يذبوها، هاي ما محتاجتها، رأسا نذبها بالبريد. يعني أشوف الناس يجون يمنا بالأوفيس ويذبوها بأكملها الورقة بالزبل. يابا ما يصير. يعني أنا أفطر نوبات من أشوفها أخذها وأروح أضربها بالشريدر. ايش قد ما بيكم حاولوا انه يا اما تشتروها بالبيت، ويا اما اذا مثلا طبعا هي اشياء رخيصه كلش، هاي ممكن تشتروها فالسعر كلش رخيص، او بعض الاحيان اذا شفتوا انه ما تقدرون انه تشتروها، قطعوها الى قطع صغيره كلش حتى لا ياخذوا المعلومات ويستفادون من عندها. So I was just telling them that it happened that when they come to our office, when they find out this mail is not important, they usually throw it in the trash. And sometimes I have to go behind them and take it and put it in the shredder. Because
that's nice of you.
Well, we have to.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes. We try to protect our clients' identity, at least their name, their address, and all that. So it's nice to take them, and I kind of guided all the employees to do the same thing.
Fantastic.
So they won't, leave everything up in the trash.
Definitely.
So هاي أشياء كلش ضرورية. Anything else you'd like to talk about that part?
So as far as securing our digital accounts, I would be doing everyone a disservice if I didn't talk about passwords or passphrases. One of the things that we have to think about nowadays is almost everything we do has a username and password that we have to type in, right? So when we're setting up digital accounts, whether it be Facebook, Google, Apple, whatever it is, you want to use a strong password or a strong passphrase, right? And when we talk about strong, we want it to be, between 10 and 20 characters long. We want to use letters and numbers. And if we can, use uppercase, lowercase letters, and symbols. Those are always important. And what, people sometimes laugh when I say this next part to you, but I think that it helps people remember this, is that I like to think of passwords for for accounts. Think of it like underwear. Okay? You don't want to let people see them. You want to change them often if you can, and you don't want to let anyone else use it, right? It's like underwear, okay?
That's right. Well, thank you. That's a very good example. With that I can explain,
Right.
So الطريقة الأخرى اللي احنا ممكن نحافظ على هويتنا هو الرقم السري. يعني الرقم السري كلش ضروري. بس أقول لكم حاجة واحدة، احنا بالشغل عندنا الكمبيوتر وعندنا الإنترنت وعندنا استخدام تقريبا 7 إلى 8 applications من نستخدمهم كل واحد من عندهم ب الرقم السري، وكل رقم السري مالتنا لازم كل 3 أشهر إلى 6 أشهر لازم نغيره، لازم، ولا يوقفونا ما يخلونا نشتغل. يعني شنو معناها؟ معناها انه احنا شقد ما بينا نحاول انه نحط رقم سري يكون كله زين. فهو يقول الرقم السري ممكن يكون من 10 إلى 20 رقم، ممكن يكون خبط بين الأرقام واللترز أو الحروف، الأرقام والحروف، ويا الأرقام ويا الحروف راح يكون همنا هاي مثلا الحركات الفارزة أو هاي بقية السيمبلز موجودة وياها. قد ما بينا نحاول يكون مضبوط. ليش؟ لأنه حتى لحد لا يكشف وتغيره بين فترة وفترة. قد ما بيكم كل 6 أشهر حاولوا تغيروا، يعني كل تغيير الوقت مثلا دائما حاولوا تغيرون الكود مالتكم. فهو جاب فد مثل يقول كلش حلو، يقول انه نعتبر الرقم السري مالتنا مثل الملابس الداخلية، يعني ما نخلي احد يشوفها ولازم تكون لازم نغيرها بين فترة وفترة. فهاي كلش ضرورية، انه قد ما بينا نشوف انه شلون نقدر نحافظ على الرقم السري. ويانا اتصال، فممكن انه نشوفه. الاتصال تفضل، انا معك.
Yeah, this is a professional electrical. I just wanted to add something to your program. It's just an advice or being a mentor to this program, and it helps a lot of customers or your audience that are watching right now. I mean, just an idea is rather than somebody or some people might want to block your information or steal information or get to your internet or spy to your information. The main thing is I'm talking about a customer where residential or maybe a small businesses. If you leave town or you're going away for a couple of days on a trip, a vacation, the main thing is turn your monitor or your router off. Turn it off. Just unplug it. That will leave people, even in the condos, apartments, they might steal an internet needed to, and they can get your information. So the best way to do is a safe way. I'm not talking about the big companies, but small business or even residential. Just turn your monitor off, unplug it. When you come back, turn it back on. You know, not daily, every day, but if you're leaving for a day or a week, you can do that. Just the idea of turning it off either from the plug or you can turn it from the breaker.
Thank you so much. What do you think? Thank you.
I think that is a good tip. It's going to depend on the context, of course.
Right.
So nowadays, everything is connected to the internet, and I'm sure you've heard of the term smart home. So a lot of the security that people have in place, maybe cameras and things like that, they're going to rely on the internet when you're away from your home. So you're not going to want to turn your modem or router off if you're relying on that for security purposes. But yes, if you're a small business and you're absolutely sure that nothing needs the internet while you're away, then it's not a bad idea to necessarily turn it off. But you have to think about all the different things that you're using the internet for, and you can make yourself more vulnerable if you're using it for security cameras, maybe a smart lock, something like that. So those are the types of things that when you're not home, the internet still needs to be there if your smart home is going to continue to work. Maybe you have lights that work on a smart timer, right? Something like that. So in that situation, you don't want to turn off your modem because then the rest of the system will fall down.
Maybe to switch user in the computer, and
Sure.
that's a good practice.
That could be something good as well. Yeah, in general, you know, if you're leaving a computer, you want to lock it or take the user, you know, change the user profile so that it's just generic, right?
Generic, exactly. So أحد الأشخاص اتصلوا بينا وقالوا لنا إنه أحسن طريقة إنه من إحنا إذا خدنا نفرض نسافر نحاول إنه نسد الكمبيوتر مالتنا على مود لن لا حد لا يقدر يسرق المعلومات من الكمبيوتر. فسألت أكيد شنو رأيه، فيقول أكو بعض الآلات اللي ممكن نستخدمها، مثلا هاي اللي نسميها السمارت يوزر، مثلا إذا كانت الكاميرا مالتنا تمشي على الإنترنت، أو إذا كان الباب يمشي على الإنترنت، أو إذا كانت اللايتات الأضوية تمشي على الإنترنت، فإحنا راح نحتاج هذا الإنترنت حتى هاي الأشياء ممكن تبقى وافية ومفتوحة. فشقد ما بينا ممكن انه الكمبيوتر مالتنا الديسكتوب او هذا شو من شو اسمه الشاشه اللي احنا نشوفها ممكن نستخدم نغلقها هي مو بقيه الانترنت. المودم طبعا لازم دائما نخليه مفتوح لان ضروري نخليه دائما موجود. So anything else you have about the subject?
Before we move on to maybe a different subtopic, I'll point out one other thing that's known as 2FA, or two-factor authentication.
Okay.
Right? So we're either talking, that's the abbreviation, 2FA, two-factor authentication.
Okay.
Lots of services that have extremely sensitive data, so like our Google account, which goes into Gmail, maybe Google Photos, Google Docs or Google Documents, Microsoft accounts, Apple accounts, Amazon.com for online shopping. They have the option to turn on what's known as two-factor authentication, or the 2FA. And what that is it's a separate layer of security on top of your password, right? So two-factor means that there's two factors to actually let you log into your account. The first factor is something you know, like a password, and it can be something you have. Maybe it's your phone, maybe it's a fingerprint, or a separate code that the phone is constantly generating. And if security is of utmost importance to you, you're going to want to go into something like Google, and if you go into the settings, like online, you go into google.com, when you go into your profile, you can go into it, and if you go into the settings under security, there's going to be a little place you can go into that says two-factor authentication. If you turn that on, it's another layer of security. You want to make sure that you are reading it, though, to follow the instructions.
Right. So
and I'm not going to give you the step-by-step here because it will walk you through it. It will walk you through it.
So when and then they ask you about security name and username and two security questions, and then they need to fill up those information.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was in the setting, and then onto the
2FA or two-factor authentication.
Okay, so that's a very good tip. Let me explain it in order for us to move on. So بعض الأشياء الأخرى اللي هو كلش ضرورية خاصة إذا بدنا نحافظ على معلوماتنا اللي موجودة في الكمبيوتر. إذا أنتم تستخدمون جوجل، طبعا جوجل بها نعرف عدة مجالات هواية. نعرف جوجل بيكتشرز، جوجل ابلكيشنز، جوجل مليانه يعني طبعا اكيد اختصاصات هوايه. بالجوجل تقدرون تروحون على السيتنج مالتها وتقدرون تروحون على 2FA او 2 factor authentication يسموه، او 2FA يعني اثنين ارقام سريه على مود تحطوها قبل ما يعني هذا افتحوه اول مره، وبعدين راح تبدي الخطوات تبدي بيكم. راح يقول لك مثلا انه توافق على الشيء اللي جوجل يوافق تقول، فتقول له نعم، وبعدين تبدي تحط رقمين او مثلا اسئله اثنين تستفادون منها حتى ما حد ما يقدر يدخل لها. بعض الاحيان يكتبون وين والد، او مثلا اول مدرسه مالتكم شنو اسمها، او حيوان مالتكم شو اسمه. فهاي معلومات ممكن تحطوها حسب الاسئله اللي هم يوفروا لكم لها، وتحطوها وترتبوها. ذاك الوقت ما حد ما راح يقدر يدخل على الجوجل ابلكيشن مالتكم، لانه لازم هالاسئله تتجاوب، يعني اذا ما قدروا يجاوبوها ما يقدرون يدخلون عليها. فهاي همينه خطوه حلوه ممكن نستفاد من عندها. Thank you so much. That was really a good one. And that's only for Google user, or maybe other users also they have the same thing.
Different services. Not every service has it.
Okay,
but
got it.
The services that I would say tend to have our most sensitive data, they're going to have it. So Apple, Google, Amazon, the big Microsoft, the big companies are going to have it.
Cool. Very good. So سألت أني إنه بس جوجل هو اللي عنده هاي ال 2FA، فقال لا، يعني مو بس جوجل، بس مو كل واحد عنده. فذكر بعض الشركات اللي هم عندهم، مثلا طبعا اكيد قلنا الجوجل، مثلا الامازون، مثلا الشركات الاخرى الكبيره هم عندهم هاي ال 2FA تقدرون تروحون عليها. حتى مثلا الامازون اذا انتم مشتريه دائميا من الامازون اكيد تقدرون تستفادون من هذه حتى ما حد ما يقدر يدخل لها المعلومات مالتكم. Thank you. That's very good. Anything else ممكن could you help us on that?
As far as securing yourself, those are going to be the big
Those
steps
are
you
the
want to
biggest
take.
ones. Okay.
And you know, trying to practice those is because it's always about security versus convenience.
Correct.
Right? The easiest thing is to leave everything unlocked, right? I mean,
Of
but
course.
practicing that and really taking that into account, I think that's going to be the best steps.
The best thing.
Yeah, the best
Okay,
steps.
great. So سألت إذا أكو أي شيء لاغ فقال هاي الأشياء ذكرناها هي المهمة فإذا احنا نحاول إنه قد ما بينا نطبقها راح تكون كلش ضرورية إنه تستفاد من عندها. Well, you know, as you know that there's a lot of scams around there. And people, they fall into the scam day in, day out. You know, if you can mention some of these, and maybe I can also tell you what we get that in our clinic, so,
Definitely,
and
I'd
how
love
we
to hear
deal
it.
with it as well, you know.
I always love to hear
and
about what's going on.
especially about the technology,
Yes,
how
yes.
that would help.
So, unfortunately, new scams are popping up all the time. It's always a cat and mouse game of, you know, I'll call them the bad guys. You know,
Yeah,
they're always
versus
trying to
good
think
guys,
of a new way to
Of
trick
course.
good people out of their hard-earned money, right, or their identification. Some of the biggest ones that we're seeing right now is where the bad guys will pretend to be like from the government, like from the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, or you know, something like that, or law enforcement. They're pretending to be law enforcement. And a lot of times they basically say, you know, you have a warrant out for your arrest, or your taxes are due and they weren't paid properly. And it's some sort of a scam like that that's meant to put you in fear, because when you're afraid, you're not thinking right? You're not thinking through all the steps. And then what they'll say is, you know, you have to send us a certain amount of money, and then we'll take care of that warrant for you, or we'll make sure your tax debt is clear. Now, a lot of these, they try to have the individuals pay with gift cards. And I know sitting here that kind of sounds odd, but when you're there and you're afraid for, you know, what might happen to you, you'll do anything to feel safe again. So a lot of the scams nowadays, they have people going out buying large gift cards and then calling in the numbers to the bad guys, or sending it over the internet. Because, of course, as you probably might have figured out, gift cards are hard to track. Right, and that's how they're able to spend the money or move it into different accounts. So that's kind of the main category, the newest ones that we're seeing.
Gift cards, or used to be the Western?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I'm going to give you an example of the Western.
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, when that was the IRS, you know, scam going on, really huge.
Right.
So we had a patient came to our clinic and our office, and she was crying. So after a few questions from the front line, they brought her to me, and she said, I had a problem. I was called to pay $4,500 to the IRS and through Western, and I just came back after I paid it through Western. They gave her the account, they gave her everything. And then she said after a few minutes they called me back and I have to pay another $2,000. She didn't have the $2,000, so she came to our office to beg for the $2,000.
Right.
So I asked her the questions, have you worked? Because I can tell she doesn't speak the language, she was in refugees. And she said she never worked. And I said, did your husband work? And she said, no. Do you have children that they work? She said, no. So I said, so why you're paying the IRS? Because you're still under the public assistant.
Right.
So
Right.
You
were able to figure it out.
I was able, but she was too scared not to pay the $2,000. And I don't know what happened. She left crying. She wanted to go because they would come and arrest her.
Right.
So actually we did. I showed her how to call the IRS, and we did the reporting for her. And that helped a lot. But then those kind of examples came in every single day. So let me explain to the Orient, and then we go and ask more. طبعا السؤال كان ما هي الحيل اللي بعض الناس ياخذوها حتى يبوقونا بأي طريقة أو أخرى. أكو عدة حيل طبعا. ونشوف انه هي مرتبطه بالتكنولوجيا، هاي كلها لان تحدث بالتكنولوجيا. الحيل هي انه اكو ناس يخابرون كانه هم من الجهات الرسميه، مثلا هم من IRS، مثلا هم من جهات قانونيه او من اماكن قانونيه. فشي يسوون؟ يقولوا لهم انه لازم تدفعون والا راح ندز الشرطه عليكم، او لازم نطالبكم بانه تحضرون قدام محكمه او شيء من هالقبيل. وشي يسوون؟ يطالبوهم، يقولوا لهم انه تشترون جيفت كارد، او اللي نسميه هذا الكارت اللي يحطون فلوس كهديه، يشتروه كهديه. ويقولوا لهم ورا ما تخلصون، ورا ما تشتروا، تخابرونا هذا الرقم وتخابرونا وتعطونا الرقم مال الجيفت كارد على مود ياخذون الفلوس من الجيفت كارد. طبعا يعني اكثر من هيك شنو؟ يعني احنا هاي من اذا صارت يمكم بليز انتبهوا، انتبهوا او اسالوهم انتم منين تخابرون، لانه اذا قالوا لكم هم منين دا يخابرون حتى تاخذون التليفون وتخابرون هذيك الشركه او ذاك المركز الرسمي. اذا قالوا هم دا يخابرون من الاي ار اس حتى تاخذ التليفون وتخابر الاي ار اس، حتى تسالهم وتقول لهم انه هالشكل صار. هاي الاشياء ضروري انه تتاكدون من شخصيه الشخص اللي دا يخابركم، منين دا يخابركم هالشخص هذا. مو رأسا تتقبلون المطالب مالتهم وتروحون تسووه، معناته سرقوكم وانتم قاعدين. فجبت له مثل انه قبل 4-5 سنوات صارت هاي المشكله مال اي ار اس، فكل اجوا ناس هوايه خطيه دافعين فلوس لهم، ورا ما يخلصون يجون علينا ويقولوا لنا شو نسوي. فاكيد احنا نخبر الاي ار اس، بس الاي ار اس ما راح يقدرون يرجعون فلوسكم، وما يقدرون همينة ينطوا لكم اكثر او اقل. فايش قد ما بينا ننتبه منين هالشخص دا يخابر وشلون دا يخابر، حتى ناخذ المعلومات ونخابر الشركه المعنيه. This is certain type, for example, the last thing that I figured, we heard, it actually was a call to our office, and they said they are from SDG&E.
Yes.
And they said, if you don't pay, we're going to cut off electricity. So I was laughing because I know we are updated on our payment.
Right.
But I, definitely called the accountant and I said, did we pay? He says, we are update. So I called the SDG&E and we reported it.
Great.
So those kind of things.
That's the right way to handle it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, I was laughing and I said, if they called, send the call to me first. Before we do anything else.
I've had victims. It's a common scheme.
Right.
I had one that paid $5,000. It was a restaurant, pizza business, and he, every minute that he thinks he's shut down is going to be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, right?
Of course.
So he was so freaked out. He paid the $5,000 in gift cards, right? Till he got home, and then his wife said, "You idiot! You're paying STG&E in gift cards." But he wasn't thinking clearly because he was afraid, right? Because you're afraid, and like I said earlier, when you're afraid, you're not thinking clearly. So yes, that's another common one as well. The utilities.
بعض السامبل اللي راح نعطيكم اياها، مثلا اجانا احنا مخابره للكلينيك مالتنا ودا يقول لنا انه احنا من دائره الكهرباء، واذا ما تدفعون راح نقطع الكهرباء عليكم. يابا احنا اول مره اعرف انه احنا دافعيها، اني شنو اقعد ندفعها؟ اكيد لا. فايش سويت؟ راسا اخذت التليفون وخابرت الSDG&E، يعني دائره الكهرباء، وسالتهم قلت لهم يابا انتم خابرتوا وقلت انه احنا راح نسد الكهرباء مالتكم اذا ما ندفع لكم؟ قالت لا ما مخابريكم. فسويت بيها طبعا قضيه. فهو دا يعطيني مثل الاخ، فواحد خطيه صاحب بيتزا محل مال بيتزا عايش على باب الله، إذا يقطعون الكهرباء عليه هذا راح يخسر له $10,000. فطلبوا من عنده $5,000 يدفعها بهوية مال هدية وجيفت كارد، ودفعها. ورا ما رجع للبيت مرته قالت له شنو أنت يعني حمار، غير تخابر الشركة حتى تعرف إنه هذا صدق صايرة يلا. أكيد نحاول أول شيء نسمع هاي المعلومة منين. إذا أنتم ما متأكدين من عندهم تقدرون تسألونه، أو تسألون الشرطة، أو تسألون الجهة المعنية. يابا ترى جتينا هيك مخابرة، أخذوا الجهة المعنية منين هي، تخابروهم وتأكدوا من عندها. That was a really good one. That's okay. So nice. Any more?
Yeah, let's talk about what we call the sweepstakes scams, which are going around as well.
Biggest one.
It's big. And so what we've been seeing lately is you'll get a call or an email saying, guess what? You've won $1.5 million or $2.5 million. But before you can collect, you have to pay the taxes up front, right? So I've had victims that have paid, the most recent case I had, the poor woman paid $150,000, thinking that she was going to turn it around and end up getting $2.5 million. But of course, that went nowhere, and she was basically just out the money. So we see these too often. It's very sad.
Is there other agency credit her the money?
Unfortunately, no. Typically not.
Yeah,
typically
I want to make
not.
sure so they would understand it.
Yeah, typically not.
You're not going to get your money back.
They'll drop names, like they'll say, we're with X agency, or we're with the IRS, and you have to pay these taxes first. But ultimately, the victim is the one that's going to be on the hook. And so that's why it's very important, if you think you're talking to an agency, you say, okay, I'm going to call the agency. And then you call through the direct line, and you tell them who they are. They're going to tell you no one's trying to reach you from our agency, but you don't want to make those types of payments.
And especially the IRS, I heard from them, when it happened, that they never called. They send
that's 100%
the
true.
letter by
Yes.
mail.
Yes, exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's something that the
Exactly.
audience needs also to understand.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So الطريقة الأخرى اللي هي هذه الحيل المالية نصيب. يعني هاي طبعا كلش كبيرة، يعني أتمنى إنه إحنا الجالية مالتنا ما يوقعون بيها. حيل يا نصيب هي عبارة عن شركات كبيرة ممكن تجي تدق بيوتكم وتجزلكم بريد ويقولوا لكم إذا تدفعون 500 إحنا ننطي لكم مثلا 100,000 يا نصيب كهدية لكم. فيقول أكبر قضية صارت عندهم خطية واحدة مرة قالوا لها إذا تدفعين 150,000 راح ينطوا لها 2,000,000. فالمرة يمكن هاي اللي مجمعتها بحياتها كلها راحت دفعتها لهم، فلوسها راحت لأنهم ما كان أكو 2,000,000 حتى يدفعوا لها، ولا هاي الشركة هي أصلا شركة قانونية. إيش قد ما بيكم حاولوا إنهم ما تنجرفون هالمعلومات اللي يدزوا إياها بالبريد. إذا إجالكم هالشكل ظرف يقول باليا نصيب شيلوه ذبوه بالزبل. إيش قد ما بيكم لا تحاولون تشتركون بيه، لا تحاولون تحطون أسماءكم بيه، ولا تحاولون تجاوبوهم. وخابروا الشركات إذا كانت الشركة المعنية هي صدق دازت لكم إياها، دوروا عليهم شوفوا هذول منين، ويلا ذاك الوقت تحاولوا، وإلا ابتعدوا عن اليا نصيب. يعني إذا أكو تقدرون مثلا تلعبون أكو لاتو. So if they want to play, there's a lotto.
Right.
That's the biggest one in California.
Yes.
So that's authentic one.
That's an authentic
but
one.
Other than that,
Right.
the honestly.
Yes, yes. No one's going to call you out of the blue and say you won 2 million just out of the blue.
Yes.
Again, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So قد ما بينا إذا أحد يخابركم ماكو واحد يجي ينطيكم 2,000,000 على مود تدفعوا 150,000، هم يستفادون من 2,000,000 أكثر. فايش قد ما بيكم تحاولوا إنه تبتعدون عن الحيل هاي اللي موجودة. This is really also a good one. How does the law enforcement help the community, to prevent those kind of problems? How?
Sure.
Now we know this lady, she never got her money back.
No, unfortunately not.
Yes. Yeah.
We try to do different things. One of the things is something like tonight, where we try to teach people up front so that they can know what's happening. And make sure they're not vulnerable and falling for these scams, right? That's one of the main things that we try to do is to educate. We also will investigate cases, and we try to identify these bad actors because a lot of times people that do it once are the ones that tend to do it again. And if we can stop someone after their first or second time, we can prevent that further victimization going forward, right?
That's a good one. إذا فسألت أنا شلون نقدر نتحاشى هاي القضايا؟ هاي القضايا هي كلش ضرورية وأريد نشوف شلون نتحاشاها. فأكيد يقول إذا شخص يعني واقع بالضحية أكيد إنه نأخذ التقارير من عندهم ويبدون أهم شيء إنه أنتم تقومون بإبلاغ السرقة. إذا ما تقومون بإبلاغ السرقة راح يصير صعب عليهم هم يحققون بها.
So one of the things we also do is we try to investigate them to the fullest. So whenever a report is made of identity theft, it is required that law enforcement officers take the report. There's actually a statute, Penal Code Section 530.6. 530.6, and that says that the law enforcement has to actually take the report. And they'll investigate it. They'll look for if there's any surveillance, if it's like a banking type of fraud. They'll go out and try to investigate it to the fullest so they can get to the bottom of it. That's one of the biggest steps.
But what's so important that people have to report it.
That's
if they don't report it, How would you
Absolutely.
investigate?
Absolutely. A lot of times identity theft and fraud go unreported. And if it goes unreported, then nothing's going to get done, right? 100% of the cases that go unreported don't get solved, right?
So we have a lot of our community members that say, why do I report it? Because it's already happened.
Yeah.
They took my money out.
Right.
But it's also to prevent other people to fall into the same scheme.
Absolutely. So oftentimes when we can catch the bad actor, every victim is entitled to restitution. So yes, sometimes we can't catch the person. But when we do catch the person, that eventual defendant, when we file a case, if we can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, that defendant is on the hook for restitution, and they have to pay the victim back. So
Maybe, hopefully, they can
Hopefully,
get their,
yeah.
at least some of their money back.
right, sometimes
Yes,
it's like, getting blood from a stone, right?
Right, yeah.
But, sometimes they've got that money still in a bank account somewhere, and we can try to get it back out and at least get the victim some of their money.
some of their money. Yeah. So احنا بدنا نحكي عن انه لازم نبلغ، لانه اذا ما بلغنا ما راح نقدر نستعيد اموالنا، وحتى اذا ما استعدينا اموالنا نقول انه نبلغ حتى البقيه لا يقعون بهيك مشاكل. من نبلغ اكيد المكتب مالتهم راح يبدون يحققون، ومن يحققون معناته انه يشوفون انه يشوفون على التليفون، يشوفون على المعلومات الرسميه، يباعون بالبنوك، يباعون هالسوالف. سو هاي كلها راح يبدون يحققون بها. من يتحققون خلينا نفرض انه القوا القبض، اذا ذاك الشخص يكون عنده بعد اموال بالبنك ممكن انه ترجع الى اصحابه، اقلها الكميه نسبه مئويه ترجع لاصحابها. فشقد ما بينا اذا شفنا هالشكل حاله اترجاكم انه تخابرون عليهم شقد ما بيكم. فلازم نسويها. ليش؟ لانه حسب القانون الرسمي 530 6 شقد ما بينا انه حسب هذا القانون انه اي مخابره او اي شكوى لازم هم يحققون بها، فما راح تروح هدر. شقد ما بيكم انه تشتكون حتى تكملون، حتى نقدر نخلص بها. فراح نسال عن الوحدات القانونيه اللي هي تهتم بها بهالجرائم. So with these, how does law enforcement deal with the criminal? I mean, or the theft? I mean, is there a law against them? What can we do to
Sure. There's
to protect the people?
lots of laws in place in the state of California to protect our citizens, right? From identity theft, fraud, and theft in general. So my office, San Diego District Attorney's Office, and our partner law enforcement agencies, our goal is to try to prevent if we can, but also we try to investigate every report that comes in, to the best that we can. And I'll put this out there because I'm quite proud of it. My unit, the catch unit that does high-tech crime, we're under the Economic Crimes Division of the DA's office. And, in every case, we can't always get all the money back or maybe even any of the money. But, last year, if I believe I'm quoting the correct updated numbers, multiple millions of dollars were recovered for victims.
Good.
My unit, the Economic
I'm very
Crimes
proud
Division.
of you
So
guys.
it's, we're proud of it because we
Yes.
try to make people whole if we can.
Of course.
But,
Just hold
it's
them
hard.
liable.
Yeah, it's hard. But we try to as best we can. So.
Very good, very good. So at least we get something and people
Exactly.
stop doing it
Right.
over and over again.
Right.
فقلنا مثلا ما هي الوحدات اللي تقوم بتنفيذ القانون. فيقول هو الوحدة مالتهم هي كلش وحدة زينة اسمها كاتش، يعني الزموا شقد ما بيهم انه يحققون بهالقضايا هاي. ويقول العام يعني من حققوا من بقضايا كثيرة. طبعا حاولوا يرجعون هواية اموال المسروقة من قبل اشخاص او من قبل الشعب. الفرقة مالتهم هي فرقة كاتش او فرقة اللزم او الشبك. قد ما بيهم يحاولون انه يحققون بهالشكل قضايا. فشون ما قلنا اذا احنا ما نخبر الشرطه، اذا نخاف نخبر، معناته انه احنا بدنا نخلي الحراميه يأدون اعمالهم بصوره كامله، بينما اذا نخبر عليهم راح نخلي الوحده مالتهم يدون اعمالهم بصوره كامله. فشقد ما بينا نحاول نخبر عليهم. Other agencies besides Catch, if there's other agencies, ممكن
Definitely, yeah. And
maybe they can call.
absolutely, and a lot of law enforcement every jurisdiction, whether it's El Cajon Police Department, you know, they oftentimes have a fraud or an economic crimes type of division within it. I know San Diego Police Department does. And one of the great things about living in San Diego County is we're lucky because we do have a lot of what's known as high-tech task force, right? So there's what's known as ICAC, that's Internet Crimes Against Children, and they primarily focus on crimes against children, like exploitation, things of that nature. There's the Cyber Crimes Task Force, which is run by the FBI. Then we also have the Electronic Crimes Task Force, the ECTF. But we always, in the law enforcement community, we try to work together because, again, we want to make sure that we catch as many of the bad guys as we can and try to help as many victims as we can.
Very good. So سألت إذا أكو من غير المكتب مالتهم إذا أكو بعض الجهات الأخرى ممكن إنه إحنا نستفاد من عندها حتى نخبر. أهم شيء إذا المخرج إذا يقدر يحط لي رقم الشرطة مال الكهون. So إيش قد ما بينا إنه أهم شيء نخابر شرطة الكهون لأن إحنا موجودين في الكهون. تمام؟ هذا كلش ضروري. بس عندهم بعض الفرق الأخرى ممكن إنه همنا نقدر نتصل بيهم. مثلا فريق ايكاك اللي هو جرائم الانترنت ضد الأطفال. هذه همنا اللي كل جرائم شرحناها الأسبوع الماضي أو قبل أسبوعين هي كلش كانت ضرورية فممكن نستفاد منها. الاف بي اي عندهم فرقة همنا اسمها فرقة عمل الجرائم الإلكترونية. فالاف بي اي همينه اذا شافوا اكو كيس معين ممكن انه يحققون به ويطلعون الجرائم. واكو فريق اخر اللي هو اي سي تي اف همينه فريق اخر يسموه فريق عمل الجرائم الالكترونيه. هذا الفريق همينه تشوفون اكو عده فرق يعني هي مو مكتب واحد ممكن احنا نتصل بيهم لا يحققون لا اكو عده فرق عده مكاتب. واهم شيء هو المكتب مالتهم لانه كلش ضروري. فنلاحظ انه اذا ما قدرنا نخابر الكهون نقدر نخابر غير اماكن. فايش قد ما بينا نحاول انه اهم شيء ما دام احنا بالكهون نخابر الكهون حتى البوليس ديبارتمنت حتى نقدر نقدم الشكوى مالتنا. اذا شكاوي اخرى رسميه الى نفس الشخص الى نفس الشركه خابروا الشركات نفسها. فهاي أشياء ضرورية أنا بس أعلمكم إياها. ليش؟ لأنه معناته مو مكتب واحد يقوم بهالتحقيقات أكو عدة مكاتب. وين ما تروحون بيا ولاية حتى أنتم إذا أنتم تسمعون ولايات أخرى إذا ميشيغان إذا بريزونا إذا بتنسي أي مكان الله أكو مكاتب عدة ممكن تستفادون من عندها. Thank you so much. So after the people they report the identity theft, what does your department do after that?
So again, the number one thing is to report it. You got to get it reported, right?
Exactly.
And and that's the number one place you're going to want to report it to is whatever jurisdiction you're in, your law enforcement in your jurisdiction.
Yes,
so
yes.
if we're here in El Cajon, it's going to be the El Cajon Police Department, of course. But after that, law enforcement's going to take a report. You know, they're going to go out, and if it's something where there's surveillance video, they're going to try to collect as much evidence as they can. Surveillance videos. They're going to interview witnesses. They're going to collect all the evidence that they can to see if they can, one, confirm that a crime actually occurred, and see if they can identify the perpetrator. Because without identifying who actually did it, we can't actually pursue any type of prosecution. Right? So that's what they're going to do after. And if they're able to identify someone, that a crime was committed, and that we know who did it, they're going to then submit that case to my office, the district attorney's office, and we review the case to see if we can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
So the police department, they start taking all that evidence.
Investigating. Yes.
Finding the perpetrator. And then after that, everything is going to come to your office.
If
with the evidence.
Right. If law enforcement believe that
right.
they have this case.
There is evidence. There's a case.
Yes, that's right.
And then that's it. For you, you start
we're going to review it. We're going to look at all the evidence.
And see if the evidence is right, then you will resume the case.
Thoughtfully, carefully. We want to make sure we have the right person, right? You know, we want to make sure we're actually going after the real person that did this bad thing. And if we believe we can prove it, and again, we have a high burden of proof, you know, and that's important because we don't want to prosecute an innocent person either, right? So we review it, and if we believe that we can prove it beyond reasonable doubt, we will issue a case.
The reason I'm, emphasizing on this, because a lot of people, they'll tell me, oh, where is this, even if we report it, where is this going to go?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So they have doubt.
Yes.
Especially they're coming from a country that the police department, they don't investigate anything.
I understand, yes.
You
yes.
see what I mean?
I've heard those concerns as well.
Right, so...
The fact is that, yes, we can't prosecute every case, because
Right, of
sometimes we
course.
can't prove the case.
Absolutely,
right?
I
but
agree.
It's important to report it, though, because
Yes.
if this person has victimized, if, our bad person, our bad actor, has done this to one person, there's a chance they're going to do it to someone
again
else
and again.
or have done it before. And even if you have reported it and nothing comes of the case at that particular time, there's a chance that your reporting can help with a future case where maybe we can go back and actually prove a case later on because we can put it together.
Of course, yes. So سؤال كان هو شلون احنا شلون تمشي هالقضيه هاي؟ يعني مثلا اذا صار عندكم حادثه انه انتم انسرقت هويتكم، او انسرقت معلومات من عندكم، او انسرقت معلومات من الكمبيوتر مالتكم، او مثلا راحوا على البنك مالتكم، او من اي نوعيه سرقه معينه. شلون هم المكتب مالتهم يحققون بهالقضيه هاي؟ فهي خطوات، فاني ردت هو يشرح لي، شريتكم تتعلمون، لان هوايه ناس يجون يقولوا لي يلا يعني هو ايش راح يصير؟ لا يصير، لانه احنا اذا ما نقدم المجرم للمحكمه ما راح اذا ما يحاكم معناته المجرم راح يبقى برا، معناته المجرم راح يقوم باعمال وجرائم اخرى ممكن يغشكم يغش غيركم. فشون هي الخطوه؟ اريدكم شويه تفهموها، لانه الشرطه تختلف عن المكتب مالتهم، تمام؟ هم تحقيق جنايات، فاريدكم شويه تفتهموها. انتم تقدمون التقرير الى الشرطه، شرطه الكهون، قدمتوا التقرير الشرطه الكهون راح تحقق بيها، راح تاخذ معلومات هوايه، راح تاخذ شكل الشخص مثلا اللي غشكم، او شلون صارت عن طريق الانترنت، لو صارت عن طريق شخصي اجى يمكم للبيت دق الباب، ياخذ المعلومات يبدون يحققون بها. اذا شافوا شيء اللي انتم قلتوا كله عدل، واكيد انه المتهم هو صدق متهم، لانه احنا ما يصير نحاكم متهم اذا كان هو بريء. فشي يصير انه اذا شافوا صدق انه هالمتهم مسوي او مثلا سرق من الناس، شي يسوون هاي القضيه ياخذوها ويا المعلومات مالتها، يسوون بها ملف كامل. هذا الملف يروح الى قضيه الجنايات او المكتب الجنايات. مكتب الجنايات راح ياخذون، راح يشوفون انه صدق اكو قضيه. اولا لازم يعرفون انه اكو صدق قضيه، اكو صدق متهم، واكو صدق معلومات وافيه ويعني كافيه ووافيه انه حاكمون هالمتهم، لانه الاتهام ما يصير يقدمون شخص اذا كان بريء، فاريدكم تكونون واضحين انه الشخص اذا ما يكون مجرم ما راح يحاكموه. فهذا فشي كلش ضروري حتى اريدكم تفتهموها شويه. It's good because I want them to understand these steps. I want them to understand if people they are innocent, they will not be prosecuted unless they are really criminal.
Absolutely.
So I want them to understand that. But again, if we don't report it, it's not going to go.
Right.
Okay. So how often or how many times the criminal can be arrested? It could be one time or it could be 10 times.
Right. Well,
we've heard too many stories.
Sure.
Right.
We often do catch perpetrators of these types of crimes, and we're able to prosecute a case. A lot of times, though, they might be in a different state or even a different country. A lot of these perpetrators are overseas, and oftentimes when it's like that, it makes it very hard when they're outside of our jurisdiction to actually prosecute them. But we do work with the FBI all the time.
Or international.
Or international, if feasible, if possible, right?
Sure.
But, more than you'd probably expect. We have a whole unit against economic crimes, and we have plenty of cases that we're able to prosecute where we actually are able to catch someone. So it's more than you might think.
So it's good because you could be work locally, or could be national, could be international.
That's
so
correct.
there is a hope
Right.
for people, that the perpetrator could be caught.
Yes, and if they are outside of our jurisdiction,
Right.
we look into that and see, is there an outside agency we can talk to that we can work together, just like we work together with outside agencies when someone's in our state or city, right?
Of course. So it's like a share, work to catch the bad people.
Definitely, and especially with these types of
Yes,
crimes.
yes.
With robbery, a lot of times it's
Yeah,
local, but internet crimes, it's a global
Could be
community.
global.
Global community.
Could be global community, yes. So سألت إنه كم مرة ممكن إحنا نقبض على المجرم؟ دا يشرح فشي كلش يعني مهم أريدكم تفتهموه. ممكن المجرم ما يكون أصلا حوالينا هنا، ممكن يكون عايش في مكان معين خارج البلد، فممكن هاي السرقات تكون والشخص يكون قاعد ببلد آخر، فيقول إنه مو شرط كلهم نقدر إحنا نلزمهم، وإذا ما قدرنا نلزمهم راح نحاول إنه نتعاون مع شريك عاون وياهم حتى نقدر نلزم الحيال أو السارق. فشقد ما بيهم هم يحاولون بقدر المستطاع، فإحنا اللي علينا إنه إحنا نخبر وهم بعد يبقى يمهم شلون يقدرون يلزموهم. فيقول مثل ما احنا نشترك انه ننطي المعلومات الشخص من يكون حرامي اذا موجود يمنا حتى يكون سارق في غير ولايه، نفس الشيء يحاولون يشتركون او مثلا يشتغلون ويا الاف بي اي او ويا شركات اخرى كبيره ممكن انه يلقون القبض عليهم. What is the best or advice you can give our people? What is what is your sentence or people or the people that the perpetrator can get?
Oh, as far as like sentence and punishment, things
punishment,
like that.
Yeah, I mean, are they just sentences for one day in the prison and goodbye?
Right.
And then he would do again, and then he can get
Sure.
another day. And
Sure.
What is these sentences?
It's going to depend on the crime, of course. The punishment should fit the crime.
Yeah.
And we do like to see if we can rehabilitate people nowadays to get them on the right path and to be productive members of society. But it's going to depend. It's going to vary. Probation is always an option where they're being monitored. If it, for the lower classes of crimes, we have misdemeanor offenses where someone can do up to 1 year in jail. If it rises to the level of a felony, you could do up to 3 years in local prison, or even more if depending on how much loss there is, how many victims there are, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. So there is, punishment for people who they can do. It could be very harm.
Definitely.
Okay, good. So السؤال كان ما هو العقاب لسرقة الهوية؟ نعرف إنه هي هاي كسرقة هوية. So قلت له يعني شنو تدخلوهم يوم وبعدين يطلعوهم؟ قال لا. بعض تختلف طبعا من قضية إلى أخرى كما نعرف. فبعض القضايا ممكن تكون جنحة، وإذا كانت جنحة ممكن إنه يلقي القبض عليه ويدخل للسجن لمدة سنة. وممكن هاي الجنحة تتحول إلى جريمة، فإذا كانت جريمة ممكن يحاكم عليها 3 سنوات وما فوق. فمعناته إنه اللي يسرق هالشكل هوية إلى عقاب، مو عبالكم إنه ياهو يجي يسرق وإنه حقوقكم تضيع، لا، أكيد أكو عقاب عليها. فيقول دائما إنه همنا عندهم الشخص اللي يدخل إلى السجون إذا كانت خاصة جنحة بسيطة، عندهم التعريف أو هذا ترتيب الشخص أو تعليم الشخص الحياة الطبيعية حتى من يطلع يكون كمواطن صالح. فأكيد أكو يسموها rehabilitation. سو قد ما بيهم يعني يعلمون الشخص الحياة الحلوة والطبيعية حتى من يطلع ما يبوق أكثر الناس. This is, we're kind of coming to the end, and I really thank you first, and for coming at nighttime. And trying to explain and give the knowledge to the people, and also thank your department that they're bringing all this knowledge to our people. I appreciate your time, and if you want to give any other advice, what would be?
So first off, I want to thank you for having me. I appreciate it. A lot of times in my line of work, when we're able to talk to the people in the community, it's after something bad has happened. But this is one of my favorite things to do because I get to talk to people hopefully before something bad has happened and try to prevent it from happening in the future. So thank you for having me. I do appreciate that. A lot of times the simplest answer is the best one, the way that I like to look at it. And internet crimes and things of that nature, it's really just because it's a little bit foreign to us, and so people don't think about it the same way. But as kind of an ending note, think about it this way, if you're walking down the street and you need to get some cash and you see a dark alley with an ATM all the way in the back of it and it seems like it's a bad neighborhood, you're going to think twice about walking down that dark alley to take your money out because you know that something bad might happen. It's really about awareness and just thinking, before you click that link or that button on the internet, before you decide to send someone money over the phone or over the internet, stopping taking a deep breath and thinking about, is this safe? Is this something I should be doing? And a lot of times you can sit back and have that awareness now, and the logical part of your brain can kick in, and you can think, you know what, there's something not right here, right? So it's just because, you know, we can see the dark alley in front of us, but on the internet sometimes you don't see the dark alley. But it's about becoming aware, taking that breath, don't click on that link, wait a second. What am I clicking on? What am I doing? You want to take that extra second, that extra, you know, few seconds to think about what you're actually doing.
It will say, like, if it's too good to be true, then...
Exactly. There's a reason that's a popular saying.
Yes,
you know, if it's
exactly.
too good to be true,
Then don't
you know,
do it.
You know, you got to think about it. Think about that email you get sent.
Right, yeah.
Right, yes, exactly.
So, طبعا أكيد نشكر المكتب مالتهم، مكتب مقاطعة الولاية أو محامي الولاية. نشكره هو بالذات لأنه هاي معلومات كلش قيمة. فسألت شنو هو الآخر معلومة ممكن تنطي الناس أو المستمعين أو المشاهدين. فأكيد يقول نصيحة إلي، إذا شيء ما تشوفه معقول ويعني صالح لا تسويه. مثلا إذا يقول لك أنت إذا رايح تريد تروح تاخذ فلوس من حسابك من الماكينة، والماكينة كانت في شارع مظلم، وإذا كانت في شارع مظلم وهمنا منطقة خطرة، أنت تعرف إنه راح تروح تاخذ هاي الفلوس، ممكن إنه راح تنسرق، ممكن راح تنضرب، ممكن راح تسوي شيء بيك. فشكد ما بيك إذا أنت تحسون وتشوفون إنه هاي المعلومة دا تجيكم بالإنترنت مو زينة، لا تدقون عليها، لا تفتحوها، أو أحد يدق بابكم ويعطيكم أشياء وشوفوها ما معقولة، لا تخاطبوهم، لا تكملون وياهم. إيش قد ما بيكم تحاشوا هالسرقة هاي، لأنه أكيد هم يعني ورا ما تنسرقون صح ممكن إنه راح يحاولون إنه يحاكموا إذا عرفوا الشخص منه هو. فإيش قد إنه يقول إحنا دائما نسمع عن الخبر ورا ما يصير، فيردون يسمعون عن هالأشياء قبل ما شخص آخر ينبال. فإيش دائما إذا فشيت شوفوه إنه هذا غير معقول، ليش نسوي؟ نحاول نتحاشاه، وإن شاء الله نعيش حياة تكون بدون سرقة وبدون بوقة. فأتشكركم كل الزين. شكرا. Well, I'm going to say in Arabic. شكرا جزيلا. Thank you so much for all the information you provided, and we appreciate your thought and your samples. They're really nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. وأكيد يقول إنه إحنا يعجبني إنه دائما أوجه الناس إنه يتحاشون الجريمة قبل ما تصير. فدا يشكرنا شكر وافي إنه إحنا دا نقدم هالمعلومات لكم حتى تعرفوها وتشوفوها. فأنا كلش أتشكر على سماعكم وعلى مشاهدتكم ويانا هاليوم. أتمنى إنه تعلمتوا في شيء بسيط، حتى لو يكون بسيط حتى تستفادون من عنده بالمستقبل إذا كنتوا تعيشون هنا أو في أماكن أخرى، همين تستفادون منها. إن شاء الله حلقتنا الأسبوع الماضي هي حلقة كلش حلوة راح تكون، وخاصة أنا أحبها لأنه راح تكون عن الصحة العقلية، وراح نكون مع رئيس نواب المحامي الإقليمي اسمها ريتشل سولوف. إن شاء الله تكون كلش حلوة وتعجبكم، لأنه أنا كلش أحب العلاج النفسي وشنو هي مزايا العلاج النفسي. شكرا جزيلا على مشاهدتكم وعلى تواصلكم ويانا، وتصبحون على خير.